Assalamualaikum, my name is Tanveer. What if suddenly everyone went blind? Not darkness, but what blindness? What if death simply stopped working? No one dies ever. What if God was not kind, but political, ambitious, and a human? These do not sound like book ideas. They sound like a dangerous thought. But these are exactly the questions asked by Saramago, one of the most fearless writers in the modern literature. So today let's talk about his life, his ideas, and why his work still matters, maybe more than ever. So who was Saramago? Saramago was born in 1922 in a small village of Portugal. He did not come from a rich or educated family. His parents were poor farmers. Because of money problem, he could not go to university as well. Instead, he studied to become a mechanic. Yes, before becoming a Nobel Prize winner, Joseph Saramago fixed machines for living. So when people say writer do not do real work, Saramago is the wrong example. He worked as a mechanic, clerk, editor, and a translator. He discovered books not in school, but in public libraries. That's why he always wrote for ordinary people, not for elite. Saramago published his first novel in 1947, and it completely failed. For almost 20 years, he stopped writing fictions. Imagine that, 2 decades of silence. During this time, life continued. He got married, became a father, and had one daughter. So yes, Saramago wasn't just struggling as a writer. He was struggling writer with responsibilities, bills, and real life pressures. He survived by doing journalism, translating foreign books, and editing. He also became a communist, an atheist, and a strong critic of authority. His big success come after the age of 50. Saramago is a living proof that it's never too late unless you quit thinking. Well, one thing that shocked every new reader of Saramago is his writing style. He uses long sentences, very few punctuation marks, almost no quotation marks. At first it feels confusing, you feel lost. Then you realize something important. He writes the way thoughts actually moves. Messy, continuous, human. Reading Saramago is not entertaining, it's an experience. Okay, so now we are going to his books. One of his famous book called Blindness, which was released in 1995. This is the most famous novel of Joseph Saramago. In Blindness, an entire society suddenly goes blind. No black blindness, only white blindness. People are locked in quarantine. Civilization collapse. What Saramago is really asking is, when rules disappear, who are we really? The novel shows power, abuse, violence, loss of morality, but also hope. Through one woman who can still see. The message is terrifying. We are already blind. Blind to justice, blind to suffering, blind to each other. Now the next book is Seeing, which was released in 2004. Seeing is the sequel to Blindness. In this novel, people vote but leave the ballot blank. The government panic. Why? Because blank votes means people are thinking. Saramago shows us something dangerous. Governments do not fear violence, they fear awareness. Now the next book is Death with Interpretations, which was released in 2005. So imagine one day death stopped working. No one dies. Sounds amazing until it isn't. Hospital collapse. Old people suffer endlessly. Family beg for death. Saramago asks, is death an enemy or a necessary mercy? Later, death becomes a character, and yes, death falls in love. Even death, it seems, is confusing by human. So now talk about the next book is the Gospel According to Jesus Christ, which was released in 1991. The book caused a massive controversy. Saramago presents Jesus as deeply human, confused, emotional, questioning God. God in this novel is not loving but ambitious and political. And the Portuguese government banned the book. Saramago responded by leaving Portugal and moved to one of the city of Spain. His belief was simple: faith must be cautious, not obeyed blindly. Okay, so in 1998, Jose Saramago won the Nobel Prize in Literature. He was 76 years old. The Nobel communities praised him as imagination, irony, compassion, and a political courage. By this time, Saramago was married to his second wife, called Pilar, a Spanish journalist and an intellectual. And yes, second wife, because Saramago married twice. His first marriage gave him one daughter. His second marriage gave him something rare: a partner who could translate his book and translate his thoughts. Pilar translated many of his novels in Spanish, defended him in public controversy, and stayed with him until his death in 2010. After his death, she became the president of Jose Saramago Foundation and making sure his ideas do not die even when he did. Saramago believed humans are capable of great kindness, but system turns them cruel. He criticized capitalism, blind religion, political hypocrisy. He once said that we are the memory we have and the responsibility we take. His book do not give answers, they force questions. That's right. Now come to the final conclusion of Jose Saramago. Jose Saramago just do not write to entertain. He wrote to disturb, to wake people up. His story asks us, what does it mean to be human? What happened when society collapsed? Are we thinking or just begging? In a world full of noise, Saramago teaches us the power of thinking slowly, and maybe the power of marrying someone who understands your sentence before the end. So that's all. Thank you for watching my video, and Allah Hafiz.